Little by little, the world grows. Working on the Act 1 finale. Yeah. A lot of work to be done here. Haven't been doing this live as much as I used to. Reeling from the loss of Trungus. Immemorial. Memoriam. Rename the new sorceress. That looks like a Trungus. It's good music. Did I ever finish this? Oh no, I did. You're over here. Okay, looks like I did finish this. Good. Oh yeah? It's a wild run the first time through. Having done my first time with the Enhansa edition. I forget exactly how to pronounce that. But, yeah, Inuxux. Lovely mod. That's all up on the YouTube, my first go of that game. Just never, I was a Final Fantasy kid, didn't have that. First time playing, beating Ocean Palace Lavos was probably the most hyped I've been in ages. To be rewarded by getting my ass kicked by proper Lavos. Sure. Oh yes, was testing out the new battle arena. Seeing how it's doable. So here's my game. Features five RPG people. Five at a time. Out of a cast of going to be at least up to like 50 playable characters. In fact, go change out the party. Still working on developing Viking Town up here. And the port town doesn't exist at all right now. So the main draw, the main gimmick of this is going to be no random encounters whatsoever. All encounters will be on the field. Which means world map has none. And you press the space bar, go aboard. And the whole thing, you're gonna be populating. You have your main character. You have Dawson. You will be populating this boat with many people. I was a big fan of Suikoden. The friendship. Okay. Oh shit, that was really good. Need to update this, but yeah. I did skip you two, didn't I, on this playthrough? As people become recruitable, like plot along the idea of the plot, they'll pop up in black. Once you get them, they'll refresh, and this, as far as I can tell, the way this will just keep going. She will be our fast travel system, that Florence lady. To go with that, equipment gives you abilities to use in battle that you learn with points from battle. Armor gives you abilities you can passively equip. Customization. Actually, this team's fine right now. I feel like that isn't everyone. Wait, what's going on here? Right, I changed how I was going to do something. That's not going to work right until a new playthrough. Alright. You can't have 50 or more playable characters, different classes and whatnot, without having multi-party dungeons. I was working on the workaround for that. So I changed, though. I did not even put a door here. Alright, let's fix that. This is still very new. This is Haraway, right? This is not Haraway. This is Iverstein. The square. Let me form the square. Active time battle. Weaknesses are listed as you discover them. All statuses will have descriptions that you can hover over. Yes, the good shit. That is a huge pain in the ass to implement, and I understand why a lot of things don't. I actually got this working. One battle into the next. Into the next. Howdy, Faye. All buffs stay in place. That'll do, Colette. I need to nerf the dancer. I might just take away one of her knives. On the left side is mostly art I have purchased. Some of it came with the some of it came with the program. If I see fine art for sale, I've gone out of my way to buy them all. On the right are people I have designed. Checking, did I actually put a description on Undead? I did. Oh right, regen. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Let's get rid of Undead. I have holy water here, right? I have 4. Death will cure Undead. So at any point you could bow out and just run out of the arena and keep the points you've gotten up to that point. If you die, you get nothing out of it. I think I set it up that way. Howdy, Pite. So you could always bow out, like, as opposed to the other, there's a gimmick battle arena. Oops. Right, Undead. Oh, that'll fix Undead. Ah, there's no rules against emojis. As long as they don't get me banned. Yeah, knights have default cover. I think that's what I'll do. Colette having 2 knives, it's just really strong. She's also made of paper, so I think I'll just leave it for now. Nice, Quinn. Like, to make her differ from the monk, who has but 1 claw, but punches twice. It's defense down. And while these are all, for this initial fight, these are all basic enemies, the debuffs really start to pile up. On the other hand, if I had brought a cleric, could be stacking real buffs. I have the time mage. That is something. You're still undead, right? Yeah. So are you. Heal yourself. Hummel is just hit again. He has a big nose. I do adore his nose. Blue magic actually works like blue magic. That took a long time to get going, but it works. Get hit with it, you learn it instantly. I have more holy water, right? I have herbs. I didn't put an animation on herb. Well, that's the first time ever using an herb. Let's fix that real quick. I never gave you an animation. Whoops. There we go. Removal. There, good. And as you go about, people will tell you about blue magic in the area or in other areas. The blue mage is not locked to your group, so really, you do what you want to do. Everyone has haste, right? No, you are slowed. Let's fix that. You get your speed. Ballroom Blitz. The idea is that she's very powerful, but has a limited mana pool. But her limit skill there will refill that. Your warrior has first aid, just some heal that scales off his attack. Removes sap and poison. And it's instant cast. Oof. Right. Undead. Well, fix that problem. Now, you're meant to come here later, but I finished making this thing early, so I wanted to play with it. You just punch a lot. Just keep punching. I could just reduce her crit rate. Or leave her be. We'll see how it scales into the later game when she's stuck with light armor. Ow. These things have 3 weaknesses. I cast Regen on you now. They are weak to wind and anti-flying skills. There's no holy or dark elements in this. On this one, what would be dark elemental skills? Instead, they're critical magic. Yeah, that's right. Critical magic can crit. I like the idea of a crit mage. We are hurting. Unfortunately, there's a plethora of items we can use. Food restores your HP by a percentage, so it'll always scale nicely. Fish restore your MP. And meals, or you can craft them into meals at a chef, and just everyone, let's have a pizza. It will always scale nicely. Your basic potion is only 50, but it's everyone. It's the whole party. It's 5 people. Help it scale longer, and the fact that it's... Oh, the fact that it's 5 people. Is it ever worth throwing 1 potion? No. That is something I could do. I do have a place to put that and make it do more. But that really depends on how many people I end up having, because I think right now there's like 20 meals, maybe more. Hold on. I have documentation. I have dozens of these. So here's all the chef skills. Or what they do, what they are, what they do, and the ingredients. I don't know how legible that is on stream, but there'd be a lot of I guess some people's favorite could just be a basic tomato. A chef is not yet a class or a person. A pastry mage. It could be. I have a blacksmith who gets better from giving him various different kinds of alcohol. You get him a... So the main way you get better equipment, light skills are neutral elemental. They just do more to undead. I think Colette currently has Flying Killer on. Yeah, that's why that procced. Or maybe it's anti-mage. So the blacksmith wields heavy armor and a mace, like as a hammer replacement. And the blacksmith is a support character in battle, but when you crew him to your boat, he can forge you better equipment, but he won't know about the equipment of other areas till you get him that area's local liquor. And that liquor will be enough for him to learn about their kind of equipment they sell. And this is chosen at random. Like, we're here probably 3 or 4 levels early, which I would say is a big thing. The game is meant to, like, the idea is that you're going to be going to, like, the level cap is currently planned to be 30, so that you could bring a whole bunch of people up to the cap. Basic rods, they swing a free spell when you attack with them. At half power. We have Earth Weakness, and that guy's about to hit us with Tremor. I don't have a way to stop him. This is gonna hurt. So magic learning is all based off of your weapons teach you skills, and you get AP ability points from fights. Don't have silence on this crew. Yes, like FF9, but not nearly as tedious. Like, the amount you get's going to scale harder than the amount it asks for. So it's more of a stepping stone and more of a scratch that niche of wanting to just collect one of every item. Time and space magic. Magic tag down. Slap that on again. Like, if you just follow the plot progression and don't explore, you'll probably run into the gold tier of equipment before silver. But you still want the silver. There's abilities to learn on it. Right, magic attack down. And for those people who don't like crafting, because you take your iron, you get coal, you smelt it into steel. You take your steel and then you can infuse it with silver or gold and turn it into that equipment. There's an entire coal mine of those annoying spiders. But I figure some people may not like the whole crafting thing, so once you're beyond that equipment tier, I figure for a premium, I'll just have someone selling it at a store, just marked up compared to what you would be paying if you had it smithed. Is that a word? Forged. Smith sounds like a word. The hunter class with the crossbow would do well against this guy. Crossbows innately bypass defense. Or if I had brought a wizard instead of just a time mage. Oh, fun. That's confusion, but you only attack each other. She protected her from herself. The mechanics are goofy, and I love it. If you're floating, you take more damage from anti-flying and wind attacks. The bird floats you into the air so it can hit you with wind. I think this is the last fight. Big ass rhino is supposed to be like the boss, I think. Who got sapped? You did. So it's by design that most classes will have some way to heal, and while the mage class, there actually is no white mage class right now. It's more of a red mage at the moment. But you could spend your time having your wizard cast heal, because it's better, or let someone else do it. Right now, I'm using the 4 default classes for this playthrough. You choose. Your opening act of the new game is picking warrior, thief, or wizard. You get a black belt, a blue mage, and a time mage as your primary 4 people, and then the 5th is not story related. In fact, whenever the story wants you to have a particular person, they're just gonna show up for cutscenes, whether they're with you or not. It's just a rhino. Rhinos are dangerous enough as it is. You don't have to fantasy them up. Give it brain damage. Coloring every one of those a different color took like half an hour. So while you get experience for this, you get experience for the arena, you get all the ability points you would, you get all the drops you would. When people level up, eventually I will go about, everyone's gonna have their own quotes. Right now there's just a few generic quotes in there. And leveling up only gives you HP and MP. So it works. I'm just so happy this works. That removes float on the party. And you could use it over and over. I need to space these out better. You can get certain stuff. In fact, I can use that now. Where's that hammer? It's a club of bone. For your dog class. You have a class of dog people. They use sticks. And since I did change a whole lot of that, I would want to... Yeah, we gotta start fresh. Which means I get to show off the temporary pictures I have. This is just the test room. Your main character is going to get a chance to change his outfit, and you get to choose his outfit. You'll have someone on your party on your boat. A small child will do... The small child likes doing laundry. He'll give you a new outfit. If you're not feeling FF8 Squall vibes for Dawson there. All these are testing mechanics. Like the save anywhere up button, that's very important. Hey, it's by his choice. I've changed from before. You can now only name Dawson. Before you could name Dawson, Harper, Amelia, and Quinn. Then you choose a starting bonus. These temporary pictures I grabbed off the internet. I will eventually have someone draw me some art. I will find an artist and pay them to do some art. Everyone gets 2 limit skills. One that procs at 100, one that can proc at 50. You do art? Sweet. Don't go anywhere. I also have some more to add to these, like getting a bucket of fish. And, actually, where do I have that? Starting bonuses, or... Is it on this one? I have a lot of notepads. There's a lot of JavaScript I kind of doodle at on these. I don't know where that went. I have some more ideas for these. Really, for the longest run, this would probably be the best, but the Crimson Offensive gives you a weapon that can inflict sap on an enemy. I am back. I'm back for a little bit. I've got a couple hours to work on this. I typed in experienced traveler to Google, and this is what the image search came up with. This is my game. You start off with the Dark Souls kind of like thing here. Everyone died in RimWorld, Odom. Well, everyone except for Odom, who got upset and then killed Vaughn in his hospital bed. Out of sadness of his wife dying. Yes, this is the game. Let's just take the Crimson Offensive. Yeah, why not? Get my cursor out of there. Yeah, she finally died, and so Odom was so distraught, he slaughtered Vaughn in his hospital bed. 86 foxes took out the colony, except for 4 people, except for Faye, who was hiding in her room because she couldn't help. In retrospect, there's a few things I could have done better. We were still reeling from the loss, the previous invasion. So there's a quest guide. Yeah, the colony's dead. There's no builders survived. The quest text boxes in the, it'll be on YouTube. Faye wasn't a fighter. So this is a default text. It's very Final Fantasy Tactics-esque. It's very skinny. I don't like it. But this is what I'll write the quest journal out to. But just gonna leave this in. I went and downloaded a whole bunch of these. I like Verdana. This will be deleted because this is back when I had random encounters in mind. I have deleted him. No, there are no random encounters anymore. This is Trungus. So I'm just gonna turn that. Alright. Can I not do that? Not yet? Okay, okay, just turn that off. And if people don't like the sound of the bleeps and the bloops of the letter, just turn it off. It's right there. This is just, so this would be just limit, but that is a dog. It's a dog, man. This is just temporary names so I can tell them apart. They're strong, but they're slow. Nothing. There are also elves and fairies. It's fantasy. Not yet. But it is getting better. It is getting bigger. I'm making it as the plot pushes us there. Rissingshire. Arborea. The prison we're in right now. Seer. Clearwater. Chantilly. UU. Town that will have a ferry to a place where you can mine gold. Not every place will be mandatory to the plot. The dog continent stays. It ended up looking like a dog, so it could be quite large. Right now I slapped it at the max, and if I don't use it, I'll shrink it. The 256 by 256. I originally, so here's the world map. I drew a Pangea, threw mountains down on it, and then I cut it up in different pieces. And then added ocean currents, and that dictated the biomes. Oh, I couldn't tell you. I think they might be 8x8. Harper assumes that we are also rebels. Harper actually does deserve to be in this jail. And just tells you, hey, you can select or unselect it. Harper will have an ongoing thing of assuming that because her mother was a dragon tamer, meaning that she thinks that means she is too. You ever met someone who was like, I know what I'm doing, my mother's a nurse? Harper's going to fail at every attempt that she ever has in interacting with a dragon. Except for the one plot event where it just happens to work out because of unrelated reasons. Then there's this guy. Can you talk to her without... No, okay, good. Yes, that would be much bigger. This is Felipe. Felipe wants to to know about you. Like my wit. You come across a bandit in the woods. What do you do first? This is a very straightforward. Do you want to be a warrior? Do you want crime? Do you want wizard? Well, you'll be glad to hear Felipe is a bad guy. Soul rations from the Empire's forward base. So what that does is that it gives Trungus the ability to equip the Way of Crime, allowing Trungus to use thief skills and use knives. Trungus will get the ability to use many classes, and you just equip which one you want him to use. Right now we don't have anything to use. Yes, the passive points. You get a passive point every time you level up. You get passive points equal to your level. you can send them on abilities. Kind of like FF9, except the number of points you have makes sense. Felipe fucks off, knocking you out. And that's the jingle you're going to hear 100 times. That's Snowball. You can find yourself a bunch of meat, 25% heal just all on its own. This is only for testing. There will be save points. Where you can save. Eventually you'll be able to change your party from save points. You don't like the exaggerated features of the Dogman? It used to say other things. Now it just says meat. There'll be a whole race of people. Love dog. So everyone has their own handcrafted stats sheet. Compared to Dawson, Harper is quite tough. I have a room for biography. I'm gonna be able to put things here. May need to redesign the dog. I appreciate that. This has been a long time coming for me to make the... They already have one release game. This is exactly the kind of game I've been wanting to make, and now I have the ability to do so. Here's gonna be right here's the box of whatever your starting bonus was. Yes, this is the second one I have actually released. When I finish it. So, if you went warrior, this would be a crimson sword. If you went crime, you get a knife. If you went wizard, you get a staff. And this game is going to be based strong. It's going to be heavily leaning into New Game Plus. But we have to get New Game on its own first. But we could walk up to them. You may ask about the plot. I have much plot. I have 35 pages of Google plot. And many Google Sheets. The general plot is... You are... Dawson, you are from a small village over here that has recently been burned down by the Empire. And doing yada yada, you get imprisoned, get broken out. Evil Empire is the general premise. Evil Empire is trying to... Evil Empire will turn out to not be particularly evil, more like they have their own agenda, people get in their way. They invaded the Kingdom of Yuyu here because they were rude to the Empire. But since the Empire won, that makes them look like the bad guy. They are trying to collect, generic Infinity Stones that actually do things in the plot in order to better the world. You say no, you don't get to do that, so instead you collect them, and it turns out that no, they weren't actually for bettering the world. Yes, they gotta get the MacGuffins. Except MacGuffins that actually do things. Like, could walk over here. Are you sure? Alright, we got the upper hand. You are a child, actual child, old man, and dog. All completely unarmed, and those are soldiers. Let's get them. Now, Quinn actually starts with equipment, because Quinn did just break you out. Yeah, let's get him. Trunkus has a knife, so I can do that. On New Game Plus, you'll be able to do this, and change the way the story goes. The Chantilly strike of Shield Wall. When you defend, you get a small percentage of HP and MP back. The shield goes up, and then they bash it. These are actual. I haven't played Electric Dragoon, but these are actual soldiers. It will be some time before, like, in order to actually drive home that these are real soldiers that have won a war already, you're not going to be able to punch at them just yet anytime soon. There's one guy here. Maybe you can do that later. He's got the scent of his weapon. Yeah, I like the premise of FF2, of you're just a bunch of shit kids. The actual soldiers will mess you up. Alright, I'll have to make a note. I haven't made the race of dog people yet. Snowball is definitely here as a placeholder, because you don't get him through beyond the intro. Here's the opening squad. I can color that. That's no problem. If you step on this is the save point. At first, this will be save. Once you finish Act 1, this will be where you can. This is where you can change your party members in the boat. No FF6, you have to walk all the way back. Quinn's going to have a small child crush on Dawson over time. Quinn is a time mage, though. Quinn starts with a rod that casts blaze. She's not particularly great at that. She will routinely set Dawson on fire by accident. There are set bonuses. You wear 3 things of cotton, you get that bonus. Just a dog doing his business on a tree. And it's just... I want to set the tone of this is going to be a half-fun adventure. I already did that. Anyone else have any? Takes 2 for that. May as well. So the first weapon of every kind will give you the gimmick of the weapon. And it will tell you he's a hunter, it teaches him Biz Killer, but when the vampire hunter wields it, because he's only in the intro, I haven't done clubs yet. And he doesn't... The Crimson Crush doesn't teach anything, so let's start with the knife. And here's your solo tutorial battle. What if I run away? Okay, good. I did consider that. My plan is to have every single battle in the game escapable. Down to the final boss. You'll be able to be like, you know what? I'm not ready. Goodbye. You won't be able to walk away from every fight. Most boss fights will just give you a chance to pop open the menu and then drive you back into it. And crime. What will slow down crime? A crime is 100%. Crime costs mana. It screams crime when you crime. Crime will work. Just do the crime. All status effects clear after battle, except for flip. Because you might want to do that. It is by design. I like the way it looks better. And for my eyes, it's easier to look past the animations and just see what's going on in the background. I don't like this guy's nose, but he's also only in the intro. Emperor Ludovic. Starts off very tense, and then gets goofy right away. Emilia immediately gets the choice: the Royal Knight Justin, or the actual Wizard Emerald. One will be captured. I could do that. I could make separate faces for different dialogues. If I was to do that, it would probably just be the main 4. Depends on how much I want to go into depth once the story's in play. One of these will be captured, one of these will be killed. For New Game Plus purposes. Doesn't matter right now, we're not that far in the game. So Quinn there, the Time Mage, is going to be a gag, a small child who was told by the shaman of her village that she is going to be a hero and help save the world. And so they sent this small child into the world to go be a hero. And she's failed many times. Saving us is the first time she's actually succeeded in anything. Bringing her back to her home village or the other places she has screwed up will lead to people very upset with her. That's Robin. Son of Locksley. That's Robin of Locksley. Robin likes Quinn. Quinn tries her best. The bleeps and bloops on the letters for monster-type enemies, like Snowball, is random. As opposed to the slightly higher or slightly lower pitch on everyone else. Except for one fabulous man who speaks with the lady's voice, and he's quite pretty. There'll be a completed, there's an available. Robin said the seer is looking for help. When Robin is out and about doing war things with you, he puts on a mask. Robin's a hunter, or a ranger. He uses a bow. When he's not and about, he takes the mask off. This man walks up to you, and he'll follow you everywhere you go. So you finally let him nudge into you. Then he'll leave you alone. This is going to be replaced. I had another idea. I'm going to put the manual in the menu. I'm going to have Amelia give you the manual, along with the Garnet Brooch to sell. Just loot items you can sell. I'm going to make a detail manual and just have it be you collect it and it opens the manual and you can flip through it, rather than having tutorial room. This isn't true. Nope, it'll just be in your item. It'll be in your menu. Every single enemy in the game has a 1 in 64 chance of dropping a something. Well, the game had the one tutorial battle. I'll probably leave some of this in, but like I'm gonna greatly thin the herd of tutorial clowns. Like this room of every single weapon type in the game and what it does. Like what the gimmick of each and every one of these is. No one's gonna remember this. That's what that's for. This was before I put it on the weapons. I threw this down. You have to follow the clowns into the basement. Well, they're redundant now. Someone asked for this information, so I put it in here somewhere. And then the first enemies can be in boxes. Found in a box. I don't like that luck doesn't do much in most games. So luck, I have it directly affecting your crit chance rate, and I also had it do the stamina effect from Brave New World. So Harper now starts with a lot of luck. But for those people who really need the numbers, really need the formulas. People really wanted to know, so there it is. A lot of these are just out, I mean, it'll probably be in, like, the README. But for now, I put it in there. Well, some of these aren't even... Oh yeah, just because it teaches Blaze. She's not a mage. She can't access that she's learning Blaze. Some of these are actually necessary, like helpful. That's not necessary. You could see, you can read that. A lot of status effects. Locked doors. There's a fight with a clown over there. You hate the clowns. You get to beat up a clown. Why would you tell me about that? Right. Killer abilities do 50% more damage. Bows have innate flying killer. And full heals on level up. That's mostly a curve for the early game, as the plan is to have the level cap at like 30, and to have the game get harder from there by, by way of trickery and ploys. People like fishing as minigames, so I made one. You auto-revive after battle. Yeah, I decided instead of doing the tutorial house as a big glob, I'm just gonna smatter it throughout. Smatter it out through bookcases. Just put it organically through the game. Gale Force is no longer a blue magic. That is not. That was changed to Sandstorm. To Arborea. That was changed to Sandstorm. An interesting thing about this, you can change it while you're still playing. There, it's fixed. Sandstorm is wind. Wind that blinds. There are two blue magic spells we can get right now. Enemies have a slightly more dangerous attack if you're above curve. You can only enter his room if he is not here, if he is not in your party. Free bread. 50% heal. Three of each food. If you pay for an inn, you pay for more better sleeping, you get buffs until it wears off next time you get a buff. Here is free. Sleep better, feel better. The end of Act 1 will get you the first key. When you get a quest, it'll pop open the quest menu. Recommended difficulty. We could sell that initial. Got 2 feathers from that bird. We ripped one off of it and then one another. Sell for 75% of value. And it'll tell you right there. You know, unlike what Final Fantasy IX did, where it didn't tell you these things. You just bought one of everything in case it had something good. How about it just tells me what I'm going to learn? Let's grab a leather and a leather. Now, right off the bat, no matter what class you pick, Dawson can wear everything. Since he is locked into your party and barring the multi-party dungeons. Yes, this is. How's it going, Zephyr? Barring multi-party dungeons, Dawson is always locked into your party. So I just let him wear everything. As an apology. You get to swap out the other 4 whenever you want, though. Yeah, sure, why not? Everyone's learning something. The other 2 sell weapons. You start off with the initial weapons you need. You could always come back to buy... You have to have some place where you can buy the initial gear. I haven't decided who else will use. Warriors, Spellblade, Thief, Dancer... Ranger, Black Belt, Mage, Time Mage, Mage, Sorcerer. I had fun making that class. Sorcerer is your crit mage class. Berserker. Hunter, Vampire Hunter. That will be for Doggo. Assault. Assault Knight. Haven't made a class for Spears yet. Or for Flails. Pirates and Spartan. Fairy and Fan. And I did not put guns in this place. There are guns. Chemists use guns. Spears are for pirates, like Trident and what have you. But I haven't come up with a cleric yet. Oh yeah, there was also no mace in there. Maces are for the blacksmith and the paladin. That would be Justin. And spears reduce the enemy's defense when you hit them with it, so pretty good. Saving will be at save points and on the world map. No random encounters in the game. There will be a side quest area. If you bring Loxley and Robin here, there's a side quest through this pathway that you clearly just came from. Spoiler, Loxley is a recruitable party member. We have 2 quests, or 3. Go north to the Seer, or 2 level 1 quests. Fishing spot down below. I will change the name of that, Alpha. Just fishing spot. I'm keeping them organized for myself. And he said the kid said it was southeast. So first, fishing. Smooth jazz. No class changes. The only one who could technically class change, Trungus will be able to eventually have more different kinds of classes. So Trungus will be just your main character, your Dawson, your point of view character. He'll be customizable. Everyone else is different. That's why there's going to be like 50 people, including some real gimmicky ones down the line. The rest are all fixed. 5 is good. Now, fishing. Originally, I had made this timed. No. I debated having Dawson, you pick a gender, and then it'd be a 50-50 chance on what Quinn would be, whether it's a little boy or a little girl. That's just asking for so much extra work. If you miss the QTE, you just try again. Or I just decided to go away with that, just hold down the button, and you catch the fish. You could try to just time it. It's right as the exclamation point hits the top. There's a 3-frame window. Or if you're just holding it down, you get the fish. Uh, 50 people you can bring into battle. You're going to have a whole lot of support people on the boat who are not combat worthy. Who are there just to help out. Alright. So for all that effort, we got a whole bunch of MP restoration that you can cook into meals is the big thing for fish. At this point, the world map is open. It's just a matter of, do I really want to go places I don't want to? I shouldn't. The guy said there was a colorful rock around a mountain. So here's how fields work. Here's how monsters work. They have a Metal Gear cone of vision. You bug their ire and they give chase. Now, as a mercy to having 5 people, they can only mini bosses and bosses can trigger off of the followers. Otherwise, they have to poke Dawson. And if you just don't want to fight, just don't. It's 100%. Except I do. Now, Wind is a blue magic spell. I would like Amelia to get hit by that. Once you've beaten an enemy or scanned it, there'll be different ways to scan. The dog will be able to sniff out weaknesses. You get a health bar. Stay safe, Trungus. The purple one's more likely to use wind. She has to be hit by it. There is an accessory she can get that will up her... Now you have to really feel it. There's an accessory she can wear that will up her target rate. I haven't gotten it yet. Many of them are AoE. It's just a few of them need to hit her, actually hit her. Look, I haven't had a turn in a while, Quinn. The experience of a bunch of small children doing their best. Well, rip Robin. You still get experience even if you end the battle dead. Your punishment is not having the person for the rest of the fight, if you decide not to revive them. And I don't think we don't have a revive. Three enemies was a bit rough for a first fight. You may have noticed that this was a different encounter. When you poke an enemy on the field, it rolls on a table. So if you don't like that encounter, you could just re-roll it. Oh, that's Wild Thing. Yeah, I can see Dragon Quest doing that. In fact, he leveled up, so he not only was he revived, but he was a full healed. Actually, let's have some meat. Where's that meat? Yeah, have some meat. Well, I want to reduce menuing management. All statuses cure after battle, including death. I'll take that one fight's enough. So all 4 of these mountains have battlefields to get you acquainted with the battle system. Get you some numbers, get you some stuff. I'll take a fight. Oh, there's more, okay. Now, certain things will block the point of view. Like if it was standing here, I could sight on the tree and it won't see me. There's nothing blocking its view. And if you're out of sight for like 3 seconds, It just kind of walks away. I want to take a fight, though. Well, we know how this fight goes. Let's do it again. There are more than just these 3 enemies in this area. Thanks. The one thing that'll stop crime. Ah, so close. Rip. The other one can use Wind, it's just less frequently. And if you know you've got this, you would just slap on auto fight. And if you hover over any of the indicators, it'll tell you what it means, what it does. They do. If you have auto battle on, it won't give you the post-battle, whatchamacallit. Everyone's just about learned. Or now that we've reached level 3. The plan for ultimate spells, they're gonna have a long wind-up to keep them competitive. How about no poison? Yeah, you learn your skills that you're learning immediately as long as you're wearing them. They just will stick around once you've actually learned them. For example, so it's general speeds, like Crime Boy's 15, Karate's 19. Robin's a small child, he's 25. You can up to a point. I don't know exactly how. I haven't gotten to the point where auto battle is smart enough to handle everything. But since the level cap is going to be far below what you would expect, so you can bring many people up to the cap and test everyone out. Well, no, test a lot of people out. I don't know how smart auto battle will be at that point, but we'll see. So far, the way I put auto battle together is making sense. If you know an enemy's weakness, it will use that weakness if you have the skill. Like Robin wouldn't have used fire arrow if he didn't know that it was weak to fire. Like if the weakness wasn't shown. Like everyone has their like aggro. Wizards are 50%. Mid-tier are like 80. Your frontliners are 100. I wouldn't consider her a frontliner, except I need her aggro to be up. I'd imagine it wouldn't be difficult. It would be, I'm trying to have experience scale pretty hard with each area, so you could bring a new person in and get them up to curve pretty quickly. Ideally, the player would come in looking for a colorful rock, and not find one. And then eventually you'd poke this one. Five speed. More importantly, it's leather. Flapping out, that's 10% evasion. Just flat 10% flat evasion for wearing all this. There's that colorful rock. That behind the tree. Alright, you. As am I. That's one of the big reasons why I'm implementing the level 30 level cap when you would expect it to go to like 50. Do I need to hit you one more time? Yes. When below half health, it'll use Vampire. This one's worth sitting here for. So close. Too much. Oh well. That first enemy, it runs from you. Some enemies just don't want to fight, just to throw off the player. You'd expect to try to run past it, but instead you run right into it because it doesn't want to play. Pixel art on the side of the player, on the side of the on the player. Enemies, I like the drawings of these. So far, all music... Yeah, there we go. She has learned Vampire. It's a physical attack that heals half of the health that you're missing. All music is music I have either came with this or I have bought. We gotta be close to learning that first skill. Yeah, 13. As I am not a composer. Enemy in a box. And it doesn't want to play. Enemies respawn when you enter an area. So it's not like you only get one shot at fighting each enemy. You don't have to max min what you're fighting. Yeah, that's why I paid $200 for a very talented artist to write the final battle theme for my previous game. And it turned out really good. Any enemy you see walking around or standing without a... I do. If you scroll down below, you'll find the link to it on Itch.io. That game took me 5 years. You see any enemies without a cone of vision, that's the boss. And like I said, they can be triggered by your followers. It's a bear. It's what he told you was here. Let's use a vampire. You look flammable. Let's rip some meat off of that. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be ripping meat off the bear. You're stealing the bear's food. You're taking his lunch. Oof. Yeah, you start to stack these things up. Well, That's what this handy little thing is here for. But this is your first mini boss. Nothing we can't handle. Alright, then he goes into a counterattack stance. You could roll the bones. So in this game, counterattack negates the incoming attack and hits you back. So you could roll the dice. No enemies will have default counter. They all have counter stances. His is like 25%, something like that, 33. Do you roll the bones and risk it? At the end of the counterattack stance, he'll swipe at the whole party. Alright, that worked out for Harper. Yeah, we're fine. Just keep going. Instead, he roared. Roaring gives you inflicts fear. You remember from Super Mario RPG, it reduces your stats. Yellow means that he is about to fall. But even if you don't have scan, you still have an idea of when you're almost done. Nice done. Now that you've learned that, let's put on our Crimson Offensive here. You're still learning. Everyone just learn their weapons. Well, now that you're done with that, you can put on the robe. Why not? Work on anti-silence a little bit. Very rarely, some side quests will give you it just for free. You can get one of these. Most of the time, these are going to be just enemy drops. There is a rather large table of what that could be. You bring it to an appraiser, and you can find out. Like that. That's a 1 in 64 chance. That's an accessory that increases the experience you get. So you could bring a new person onto the squad and get them up to curve. Okay, enjoy. Oh, the game also has autosave? There is. There is an ability that you could use to cut that in half. The game also autosaves. It autosaves every time there's a screen transition. Yeah, I got Vampire. Right. I changed it. That used to disappear sooner. You can you turn off autosave? Doesn't? Yeah, you can. I had options for making it autosave on battle start, but nah, I don't like that. That's just there as a backup. Oop, I forgot to save at the save point. Or that went really poorly. Let's try again. Just saving you the time of walking back out there. I bought everything here. If you tell him, he's just very happy. And we're healed. Good enough. Years and years of playing RPGs and going, what if? Actual quest. First real dungeon. He does rotate. Did not work. Okay, it's just one. We can play with our new knife. stronger and has a 10% chance of setting sap. No enemy can resist sap. It's a small bleed. So yeah, I'm in the cone of vision, but the tree is blocking me. Free pants. Ah, thanks for the hydrate. Still not done with that pants. Oh well. Yeah, and dropping weapons. Even if you don't get a warrior, at least she can use... Amelia uses swords. The reason Amelia is traveling with a high-class paladin and wizard is because Amelia is of noble origin. She uses swords. There are some swords that can increase your magic attack. Those are ones she'd want to use. I don't want this fight. See ya. I'm debating if so. It's still in my debate. What do y'all think? You have this dungeon music. If should triggering the fishing here start the smooth jazz music? Would that be immersion breaking of the dungeon? There's a different fishing encounter table here. Yeah, it'd be too much. Alright. Get on the day. He runs away, and then when he realizes you're not following, he comes back, sees you there, and then runs away. So I should put the jazz in there? I should insert the jazz. Sometimes enemies will jump out at you. These are all one-time events. Does it do that even if you... I mean, are there any dungeons where you could use the bicycle? I'd have to set up a conditional for that enemy in particular. So you can set up a... You can toss a bridge here. Fast traveling to the entrance. You want to be level 5 by the time we reach the next time. Yeah, we're doing fine. I want to set the curve up so you don't have to fight most of the enemy squads. Oh, thank you. Oh, run away. Damn. There is one other encounter in this area I would take. I don't have... Sometimes that happens. I still haven't worked out the timing fully. It is following. Okay. Fix that. Going in there stops the sunrise. Interesting. Never noticed that. Why? Oh, because I didn't put this over here, did I? I did not. Oh. Now I did. That should fix it on its own. Yes. I was talking about that earlier. The cave that just F's you. The captain. The cave. The captain that just F's you up. Ghost Berserker. Berserker used to be auto battle. But then I made skills that auto battle would not touch. So now, Berserker goes into Berserk state if below a certain health threshold. I spent like 3 days working on, like, thinking about how to put that JavaScript together. And it ended up being so simple, I was very mad at myself. So I had it working, and then I thought of a better way to do it, like, the next day. If your health over your max health is less than 33%, this happens. Oh, well, you'll be glad to hear. In the form of Shin Megami Tensei, you can tell the auto battle to just do basic attacks, or go ahead and use up your skills. But if you don't want to use your mana, then don't. You can also set it up to keep going with auto battle if you're using it to like just walk around an area and grind. It will just keep going. You don't have to input it every time. This currently doesn't do it. I actually haven't tried that. When it wants auto battle, the game is not designed. It's not going to be balanced around active. I want you to actually think about what you're doing. Oh, free hat. You don't have any hat, so yeah. Magic hats increase your magic attack. Enjoy. Elemental swords for the spell blade. When we get one, you swing it. He has a chance of casting an AOE spell, a weaker version and cheaper version, but he still uses some MP to do it. Oh, hello, Robin. What a good line. Wrongest. On board the Moonshiner. Go replace the crystal ball you broke with your fortune. As try as I might, we're still only an hour in. We get the core mechanic after the next dungeon. It's supposed to be balanced around level 5, but it's fine. Yes, so you have the quest log. My other game had an NPC that had a couple NPCs to remind you what to do. You have the quest log to tell you what to do. And the people on the boat will point you in directions as the plot progresses. Here's Clearwater. Here's an actual town. If you pay real money to lodge, 1,000 smackers, You get 10% 10% more HP and MP going forward. Keep up the tradition from my last game. Every inn will have an alarm clock in it. You're asleep for all party members. Yeah, in case money is no big deal, you have things to throw it down for. Haven't named that place yet. We're okay though. King Yu embarrassed him real bad. And then he beat him back and actually won. Some people are like, you know what? He kinda deserves it. Let's sell our loot. That icon is for mixing. There's a chef over here somewhere. Grab a carrot. Grab a cabbage. So unlike blacksmithing, you can cook anything right off the bat. All cooks know how to make every meal. You don't know what they are until you've cooked it. Throw down 3 wheat, that's only 10% apiece. Turns into a 50% restore. And then you know what it is. And a little icon to remind you, hey, you've done this. You don't. And since you can buy all the food, it's just a matter of how much time do you want to spend. To further that, you can only hold 20 of any item. I never use this. Maximum HP. Here you go, Trungus. It's +1. They'll be plentiful since they're +1s. You can only hold 20 of any item. BE stands for... No, I don't know what that stands for. I'm like, Bravely Default is a D. So it encourages you to have many different kinds of healing if you want to try to avoid the You can't just attrition free your way through. That is true. There's like 100 different things that could be. That is also true. Brave Exvius. I've never heard of that. I have 2 of them. Let's do it. So this could be stat plus items. It could be unique equipment you can only get through the question mark system, the appraiser. Or it could just be loot to sell. The loot will always get you more money than the 500 for the appraisal. That's just a bucket. That's cash. Do it again. It's not actually loading. That's just there for flavor. Well, damn. I think we can afford to stay at the inn. That's a 1 in 164 chance. Let's go sell that. I'm pretty sure that's the top one, right? Maybe? It might be Diamond Crown. That's not true anymore. That was changed. This is true, though. Whips do more damage to beast-type enemies. We no longer recruit a Beastmaster at the intro. I should change up that house. The Empire Chantilly is using iron. They are inquiring on upgrading to steel. Not every blacksmith can craft everything. The one you recruit can eventually do it. That's a Skyrim reference. Okay, this is not the massive. There's one that gives you like 50k. Which one was it? I feel like Royal Crown should be worth more than that. The Diamond Crown. Actually, the top one is a picture of a duck because it made me laugh. As ever. Enjoy your picture of a duck. Worth 50k. It's so good money. No crafting for Iron Tier. You just straight up buy it. Maybe. Clearly sold. That's stolen. So the Iron Tier teaches you your limit break, except for the Blue Mage, who has to learn that. DR is the other class. I'm trying to make it a class that transforms as its gimmick. Has not working yet. This will not be the run where I use Quinn. I'll use Harper though. Did not even put everything in this one yet. Let's get some more stuff. Kinda, but also like it's just in battle transformations, so it's just being quite difficult. It's just being difficult. Trying to take Flynn, turn him into a dragon. Just trying to take off this man's pants and give him wings. It's being a real pain in the butt. I'll figure it out eventually. There are a lot of people to consider in this, so. Put on the Man Killer. You get the Mage Killer. Killers cost 4. So, that's free. That's unequipped him. No, it didn't. Okay, good. She may have told us not to fight the wizard, but that doesn't mean we can't fight the wizard anyway. I do have 2. The item revive is a 50% heal restore. Still not sure what I want to do with accessories. However, here's the one. Boosts your HP and provides cover. And it increases your aggro. And the hospital. Next big mechanic here. In the hospital, you'll find people mostly talking about the overall areas, the enemies that you can stand to see. As I create more areas, they will be more like that. Yeah, like that. Things like that. The vaccine system. You slap on a vaccine, 1,000 bucks for the whole party. You take 25% less damage from these elements. Just slap on a fire vaccine. You can only have one vaccine at a time. The guy that's talking will eventually turn out to be a party member you can recruit. We're not there yet in the story. Like, development of it. We're healed, right? Yeah. Alright, let's do it. The intro finale. Every sailor here is carrying some sardines. Thought I was planning. Okay, I'm planning on getting rid of the victory tune for this area, so the music just keeps going. That's just meant to stand out for now. Alright, let's go. Nice. Well, how about that? Have some. So, she's considered a mage and a human. Two types of killers will work here. I didn't equip my new weapons I bought. Oops. Hey, what? Hold that thought. Be right with you. Have some meat. In fact, you can have that stimulant. And here, have an upgrade. I didn't give either of you your new. I didn't give either of you your new equipment. My bad. Alright, let's try that again. Being a non-essential mini-boss, she acts like a normal enemy otherwise. Now, this could be exploitative to allow unlimited crime. So I'm just gonna prevent crime being too good of stuff, which it really shouldn't be anyway, because you're only gonna have like 3 classes out of 50 that can do crime. No point in making it the real good shit. More like it's helpful to have. So the way Harper's damage is scaled is that she's meant to be the powerhouse of the early game, and she's gonna fall off pretty hard later. And that's why I put on the... So she has Blaze More that hits your whole party. Also hits her, but that's why I use the fire vaccine. You're not meant to fight her here. You will fight her, but not here. Was how it's meant to go. But the fire vaccine is there to be your way around that move. Oh, this will be. Oh, it's available. It's here. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna beat her here, hopefully, and then we take the crystal ball back to the. Yes, so we're gonna take the crystal ball back to the seer, and she'll have followed us because we stole from her. When she runs low on mana from casting her big spells, she uses Magic Breath to restore her mana. But because she attacks both parties, Amelia now knows Magic Breath, which is an MP restore for the rest of the fight. Just passive MP restoration. She's gonna follow us back to the Seer. We have to fight her again, or for the first time, except the Seer helps. She throws up buffs as the fight goes on. Just fortunate she used Magic Breath before I killed it. But for doing this, you get a bunch of stuff, bunch of cash, and an elixir, which is HP, MP, and limit break restore. And someone learn HP plus? You, no, Quinn. %10 magic evade. Good. Should take one fight, but whatever. Oh, I just remembered I was going to change the upcoming. Okay. The upcoming will be. Yeah, you have a couple of fights here against the boys and the captain. This is going to become a chain battle. This will be one fight into the next. Just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. These are mostly joke fights, as these guys will mostly just throw up nets to stop you. Some of them, not all of them. A bunch of them are just slightly edited to be smoother to what my eyes like to see. The net one was sped up slightly. The generic net is quite slow. The name Net Loss makes me giggle every time. As the cat scratches the dog for getting too close. It happens. But originally, going forward, these two fights will happen one after the other, so your buffs could stay in place. Yeah, Oswald scratched Juice Man for getting in his face when Oswald said no. And there's that effect of the spear, reducing Harper's defense. I also have to go in a bit. There we go. I will drop the $1,000 for $100. I could walk back to Arborea, get the free heal, or just pay 100. It's fine. Usually the dog attacks the cat attacks the dog when the dog tries to walk away from the cat cleaning him. So you use your shortcut, zip right through this. Said zip, unless you're gonna give me the one encounter. No, there's still another encounter. There's another enemy in this forest. Never encountered. There's one rare enemy. Oh well. No one saw us at all. There's also an optional sailor we could have fought. But she'll routinely throw up barriers to reduce damage as we go along. Instead of sardines, they have salmon. Did not upgrade Robin's weapon, so don't get to use... his 100 limit is just a guaranteed crit. It's a headshot. The rate at which you regen MP is based on your luck stat. Nice. Slow into speed. Wait, what? I don't think okay, I think I know what happened there. Do I have speed set as a positive stat? He may have just resisted getting sped. No, I did. That should be 100%. Not sure what happened there. Now, this is the intended intro boss fight. The simple tick of turning potions into full party small cures instead of the original single person 100 really changed the dynamic of the potion. Dang it. Now at level 5, I gave Harper Mage Killer and some ROM, and she nearly one-shot the Mystic with Bum Rush. So at that point, I then had to tweak the killer abilities to not be double damage, but just 50% more. Tap. Nice. It's like it was all a joke. She just wanted to be rid of the Mystic. Yeah, that small fix the And here we are about an hour and a half in, even with all the faffing about I could. Muster. I will turn in the appraiser. Nice. That's Big Guard. As a battle item. Barrier, magic barrier, and status resist. Like the ribbon ability. The friendship. Yes. This game is far from being to that point where I know what I'd want. However, I have ideas. Oh, small quality of life. No NPC will ever be able to block the door. They're not allowed to walk anywhere that would block your entrance. Thanks for hanging out. Like, the allow and disallow, and what it looks like under the hood is quite goofy. He's simpler on disallow for it. It's worth the time it takes to go into every room and do that. Alright, so you get the ship, you get the key to the ship, you get to walk around the friendship here. The water margin. I would expect you to be about level 7 before you get here. If not, then the new people will start a little above curve. That's fine. I want the player to be like, okay, well now we have 7 people, but there's only 5 in the party. Now what? It's Faye. Faye, the fairy. Main quest. Faye is actually really good. Faye is a fairy who, let's go. She is the party changer. This is where you pick your party. We'll take Harper, Asir, the captain, and Faye. No heavy armor users. Perfect. And then, do you want to strip everyone else? Yes. Then suddenly, 10 people an hour and 43 minutes in while messing around. If you bring Robin back to Arborea, you'll recruit his dad. You go back to Arborea without Robin, you can go in his room. You'll have fast travel eventually, so you don't need to do that yet, unless you really want the hunter. People all have like character development by dialogue here eventually. That's spell draw. Huh, I never noticed that. Let's fix that before I forget. So not only does Faye use a slingshot, which can do blind without paying for it, Faye's a support character. Wears light armor. It is quite fragile, but quite quick. 43 speed compared to all the larger people. Or Dawson, who is in heavy armor. You could use the extra. Accessories do not teach experience, do not teach skills. They are just what they do. They're part of sets, but they don't teach anything. This way there's not the forever wheel of teaching people things off accessories. Yet. What kind of class would you even want to be? Let's see what we've got. We've got a Spellblade. We've got a Berserker. We've got a Hunter. Oh, Locksley is locked in. We have a Paladin. We have a Pirate. Would you want to be support? We have a Blacksmith. More of a wizard, not the Spartan. William from my first game will be a cameo character. So William's here as a cameo. Oh. I have a working robot. Beep will join us eventually. Beep's gimmick is Beep will start at level 1 when you are at level 30, and Beep will actually learn things as it grows up. Or it'll have all its skills right off the bat, all 10. But it gets stats as it gets stronger. I do have a Beastmaster class that I have yet to initiate. Would you want to be Whitman? There we go. So I have an unused picture for now. I had made this for a character that did not make it into the game. For now, just as placeholder, so I don't forget about it and save over. No Cesar Chavez. Yeah? I need to adjust his eyes, but... Howdy. Did I even make the battle? I didn't. I did. I even made a battle foes. Man, if I adjust the eyes, I feel like I might just be able to roll with this one. Well, the plan for the Beastmaster is the Beastmaster is going to be the person who was talking to the captain before. And when this town gets destroyed by the Empire, to stop you from being able to get in and out of the continent easily, the Beastmaster will be the one that survives with Survivor's Guild. I don't think I've ever made it this far at level 6 before. More things to learn. So as for the Spell Blade, like I said, it swings Blaze at the whole enemy party. For like half mana cost what it normally would be. The skills, though, are free and adds Absorb Fire and Hit with Fire to his basic attack. Or absorb different elements. Captain comes with a raincoat. It's one of the legendary, like, quote, harder to get equipment that anyone can wear. That teaches 50% less damage from that element. Base starts off with... I have no hats for you. Could buy you a hat. Starts off with Heal Us. Heal for the whole party. That's a side area. Maybe in a little bit. Trapper hat would be quite adorable. And so we were told to come up here to the Serene Republic. Looking for friends. Looking for allies in our conquest against the Empire. This will be like your hub town that isn't your boat. For some time. It's another type of equipment. Fighting gear. Certain light armor users can use it. no shield users, no heavy armor. As you do. Alright, this place I properly gave guns. And that's a placeholder for maces. So, as I keep adding more people, I need to remember to go back and buy their other things. The Gecko Shield. It's so simple, a mage could use it. We have no mages, though. There's some general equipment that just everyone can wear. This is one of them. He's going, yeah. Okay. I did write down, change the way that man works. I have time to do a little bit of fishing, maybe show off a snake or two. A little bit of smooth jazz. 8-way movement is also kind of nice. Good, I forgot to buy one of those. Good. And the only time in the game I'm going to ask you to grind, farming a drop from snakes. This is going to mask the possible grind you're doing to get new people up to speed. The payoff for this grind, though, for this farming, is a new party member. And every snake can drop it. All different, every kind of snake. There's the easier one that we missed in the forest earlier. And there's the sword proccing. It's 3 damage. If you hit a weakness, that could be appreciative. Still on the fence of how I want to treat new party members, if they're gonna start with some skills already learned from the basic stuff. Or if you just have to quickly, give them a few starter battles to get them up to speed. They're weak to ice. That one in the back is also a mage. Nice. As I guess you showed. If you hover over an enemy, it'll also tell you their stats. Their states. Condition. Nailed it. Alright. Need that clotting enzyme to recruit that new person. Just as I have to go. Right. Wherever you walk into the forest is where you pop out. It was, you know, worth the time it took to figure out how to make that happen. But there it is. I think I'll continue this test playthrough on stream soon enough. Soon. We'll come back to this. As the world gets better. And bigger. Thanks for hanging out.